Will the healthcare debate even be a debate if we took better care of ourselves? Join us as we take a look at health and wellness in our community next on Views and Vibes.
Every year, mothers lose their babies to gun crimes. You'll always be your mother's baby. So before you commit a gun crime, think about who you'll leave behind. Gun crimes hit home.
Many Americans aspire to living healthier lifestyles, but few actually attain it. Is the problem that our expectations are too high to be reached? Or are we just creatures of convenience and can't help but to settle for whatever choices are before us? Joining me today as we take a look at health wellness are holistic health counselor Takia Young, life coach and author and radio personality, Coach Lynn, and chiropractor, Dr. Rashida Cohen. Welcome to Views and Vibes, you guys.
Thank you.
Glad that you guys could come out and talk about this very needed discussion because we, see Americans living these very, very unhealthy lifestyles. And it seems like people are, falling for, all these different tricks, pills to lose weight and taking time to, get these procedures done. But there's other ways to do this, other than traditional medicine. Let's talk about holistic health. What exactly is holistic health, and why are people actually turning to this as opposed to traditional medicine? Takia, what's up?
Sure. Well, I mean, everyone has their own definition of holistic health, right? But for me, I believe holistic health is taking into consideration everything that's going on around you. So it's including what you're putting into your body, what's around you physically, your relationship, spirituality, career, physical activity. It's looking at all parts of who you are and making sure that all areas are balanced. And not necessarily that you have to spend time individually on each one, but that you're looking at yourself as a whole being. You're looking at everything because everything does affect your health. And I'm a firm believer of that, and I actually know that for my own self, that everything that you do affects your health. The people around you, your environment, the environment, what people say to you, the thoughts that you even think are part of your holistic health.
Right. And so when people feel stressed and things that they're going through on the outside will often affect the way that they feel inside.
Definitely.
Now, you just said that everybody has their own definition. Is there anything in addition to what Takia shared with us that you guys can add to what holistic health means to you?
I would say that it's a matter of understanding that healthcare is not a luxury, and taking care of yourself is not a luxury, and neither is wellness. It's something that you must do, just like you go home, you live in a house, you eat, you drink, you sleep. These are parts of who we are, and we need to bring all of that into one space, whether that be our spirituality, our mind, our bodies. This is something that's paramount and not just a governmental thing where we need policy. We need to understand it so that we can fight for the policies that we want.
Right. Now, what's the roots of holistic health? Like chiropractic, for example. We know this has been around for a while, but it's not a traditional medicine, traditional Western medicine per se. So what are some of the roots of holistic health?
Well, I'd say with chiropractic care, most people go to the doctor when they have pain or have problems or heart issues, high blood pressure. Chiropractic, or I'd say holistic doctors, believe in helping the patient to prevent those types of things from happening. So in our practice, what we do is talk to patients when they come in with pain, but encourage them to do preventative measures or encourage them to take care of themselves in ways that will help prevent these problems from happening again. So that's basically.
So what's the difference between traditional Western medicine and a holistic medicine?
Okay. In Western traditional medicine, people will go to the doctor, say, for example, they have allergies or neck pain, the doctor will write a prescription, give them this drug, take it. Well, in the meantime, that drug is going to hurt your heart, your liver,
Right.
you know, your arm
All
might
these
fall
different
off.
warnings that they have, you know, and on the back of the label.
Exactly.
And then just
Right.
yesterday, I'm watching the news, children's Motrin, you know, Tylenol for children is being taken off the, you know, the shelves.
Right.
I just had a baby 10 days ago. There's no way I'm going to give my child any of that ever.
Right.
You know, so with chiropractic or natural medicine, for example, the doctor may prescribe a natural herb or some tea, or, you know, just talk about exercise. With chiropractic, we use our hands to naturally remove any misalignment in your nervous system, your spine, to let your body basically heal itself and do what it needs to do. So it's no drugs, it's no additives or preservatives you're putting into your body. It's basically natural things that can help your body that won't cause any negative side effects.
Now, when we look at, you know, traditional Western medicine, you know, the roots are Europe, you know, but it seems like a lot of people who come across holistic medicine talk about, you know, the Far East, you know, Eastern medicines, and Africa,
Yes.
and Africa. Which one is much more influential in current holistic healthcare in America?
As far as treatments, or what do you mean?
Yeah, which one? Yeah, which one? You know, whether it's the actual medicines, medicinally, or treatments, are they more so coming from the Far East, or are they more so African, or, you know, good old Southern,
That's a
you know,
good
remedies?
question.
Yeah, it is.
I opened a wellness center in College Park called Pebbles Wellness, because what we do is we integrate that, and that's true. And there are a lot of, it's really funny to me when I always hear the Far East, because people don't recognize that in history, people from the Orient traveled to Africa to get natural healing. They would get our herbs, they would get our soils, and these things come all the way from Africa to the Orient,
Right.
even though they're being credited for developing these remedies. And I would say now it's good because there's a mixture. Some of them are from the Orient and some of them are from Africa. But the problem is that as consumers, we don't teach our children to take care of themselves naturally. We don't teach ourselves to take care of ourselves naturally. Just little things like sprinkling sugar. You know, we do things like that. But did you know that you can put cinnamon on your food? Just a little sprinkle of cinnamon in the morning can cut down on high blood pressure, diabetes, and do so many things for you naturally.
And it tastes good.
It's great.
Yes, definitely. And I think it's so important that you mentioned the thing of the issue around, you know, where the medicine comes from, because unfortunately I think the reason why the I guess Eastern medicine, Chinese herbs have been so popular is because there's more science in this country, and that's what people believe in. A lot of times they don't believe in something unless it's written down. So there's a lot of research in it. But as you mentioned, Coach Lynn, definitely, you know, a lot of the medicine and information that we use are from our traditional practices that we're just beginning to bring back. And some of the things that we use that maybe our grandmother or parents or father say, we're like, oh, that, you know, don't believe that. But it actually is based in some kind of science that we practiced a long time ago. It's not be maybe written down. It may not be in JAMA, the Journal of American Medicine. It may not be in all these other journals, but it's very factual, right? Because it's based on fact and it's based on experience. And I think that's what, you know, really helps people. And I think that's the difference when you talk about preventative medicine. There's a lot of holistic health. At least with my clients, I find that it's a lot of experimentation, because what's going to work for one person's body doesn't necessarily work for everyone else. So it's about taking more of a personal idea, a personal approach to living, and saying, okay, this is what works for me. There, of course, the universal ideas around healthy living, but in general, once you take those universal ideas and apply it to the individual, it becomes less formulaic and more about, okay, what works for me? How is my body going to survive? How can I support my body in being the most productive, I guess, unit and machine? Because we are a machine. It's a dynamic machine that we have. So.
Now, you mentioned the traditional medicine, you know, and I want to talk, when we come back from break, we have to take a break, but when we come back from break, I want to talk about how they actually view holistic medicine and whether or not they actually begin to encourage their own patients to look at you guys too. But we have to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation on Views and Vibes.